new content, new content, new content, new content. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. How's everyone doing? So today I'm back with a story time, and just like the title says, it's going to be how I and my boss's car. Now before I start this video, I want y'all to tell me, how do I look? Because I just woke up. I woke up like this. I'm gonna tone my face with this, alright? So let's start. This happened in summer 2019. Yeah, that was last summer. So I had applied to so many jobs, and all of them rejected me because I was too good, you know. Be like that sometimes. And so there was this fundraising company, so I applied to work for that. Mind you, I had absolutely no idea what the job entailed. I just applied. I just knew it was about raising money, but I wasn't aware of the full details. So I sent my application online. I was accepted. I was called in for an interview. I was excited, you know. I was like, finally I'm gonna have my first job ever. And then I went there and I had the interview. Everything was good. So they had asked me to come back 2 days after for a training session. So during the training, your girl was confident. I was feeling myself. I knew this was the job for me. So basically, I just had to go on people's doors, knock and say,
I'm Shani, I work for this company and this is what we're doing and I want you to give me your money.
I'm joking. I didn't say it like that, but you know. So I had two bosses. I had one team leader and I had one supervisor. The team leader was absolutely annoying. Didn't like that man at all. He had a tone that I didn't tolerate. And then the supervisor, which was like the main boss, he was super kind. He was very nice. That's the boss I'll be talking about. So we're going to name that boss Michael. Let's call him Michael, okay? Let's say the supervisor, which is the boss, was called Michael, and the team leader, which I absolutely didn't like, his name was Tom. So during the training session, Tom was okay. Like I just got there. I was the first African American, so they treated me in a very unique way. I didn't understand why. I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't know how I should feel about that, but we moved. So the first part of it, after the training, I was supposed to shadow Michael. So shadowing basically means that whilst they're doing the job, I'm just observing them and making sure that I understand what's going on so that eventually I can do it by myself. So you know, I got there and I was like, because I'm a very bubbly person, clearly, and I'm a very like nice person, you know, I just thought it was going to be perfect for me. So we got there. I enjoyed just watching Michael doing the job. We're just knocking on people's door. Hello, we're here on behalf of this is what we need. And people were super kind, you know. Everyone was smiling to me like, and I was like, hello. And I didn't deep that this was something actually stressful because I wasn't doing it by myself. I was just observing. So that's what I did for the first 2 days. That's what I did. Now the third day, your girl had to do it by herself. That was my moment of glory. I knew that this is where I proved that I had all the reasons to get the job. So I got there and I was super anxious, but you know, I was like, whatever, this is something I'm meant to do, so I'm gonna do it well. First day, wore my uniform, left the house, had a prayer, you know, called my mom wished me luck. I was feeling grown, you know. It's like, I'm going for my first job, I'm gonna do it by myself. And then I got there and then my boss was like, are you ready? Do you think this is something you can do? I was like, don't worry, Michael, I got you. And so I got there. The first house, tuck, tuck, tuck. Sorry, we don't get out. Bang the door on me. I was like, rude, okay. Second door, I was like, hey, I'm here on behalf of. They closed the door on me. Other people's houses, they would barely see me coming and then they were just going to ignore me or just close their curtains. Now, I don't know if that had anything to do with my race, because Exeter is a predominantly white city. But I didn't let that distract me, although I knew that was one of the reasons. Because a lot of people didn't react like that the day prior when I was with Michael and Tom. So Tom started stressing me out and he was like, if you don't do this properly, you're going to lose the job. And I was like, well, listen, I just started. Stop putting so much pressure on me. And he was like,
no, you need to get the donations.
He was just annoying. So I just ignored him. And then Michael was the one who was talking to me really calmly and trying to cheer me up and, you know, reminding me why I was gonna be good at this. And then the day went by and everyone had the same reaction. Nobody wanted to talk to me. I felt really bad, but I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna start the next day. I'm just gonna continue. I'm feeling bad even thinking about this. So the next day came, I went there, you know, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get motivation. This is not hard. So I'm knocking on people's doors. Sometimes I'd literally like zone out. Like someone would be talking to me and I'm like, it was stressful. It was really stressful. After like half of my shift, Michael called for me and he told me that, listen, Shani, if you don't improve and if you don't get at least a single donation, you're gonna get fired. That's when my heart started beating really fast. I started losing track of everything. I felt absolutely discouraged. I was panicking every time I was knocking on someone's door. It was just a terrible experience. Then the end of the day came. And so what happened was Michael always drove me to town and I lived in town. So he would always drive me and I would walk like 5 minutes away from my house. So I got in his car that day and he started asking me all these questions like, how was the shift? How did you find it? And my head was just turning and turning and I was like tired and I was like, stop asking me all these questions. He kept asking me and he kept telling me how I would get fired if I don't get it. And in my mind I was like, okay, I get it. You know, I get it. Stop. The more he was speaking, the more I was just like, so I said, Michael, can you please stop the car? I'm gonna throw up. And he was like, no, you're not. I'm sure you're just stressed. I was like, I'm gonna throw up. Like, stop the car. Like, stop the car. He was like, it's okay, Shani. It's the first time, you know, I understand that you're feeling this way. I was like, Michael, I'm not feeling well at all. And he was like, okay, hold on. Let me pull over. This is a very bad imitation of the British accent. But he was like, you know, I'm gonna pull over so you can. By the time he spoke, my head went like, and I just. So embarrassing. I threw up. I was like, guys, the vomit was on my dress, on my body, on Michael's shirt. Like, the vomit was so intense that it was able to project on his shirt. Like, I'm not feeling it. It's like, Shani, what did you do? I was like, I thought, a second time. I felt so embarrassed. It was stinking. It was absolutely disgusting. It was the most disgusting thing that could ever happen to me in my little life. And so he pulled over, like really, he was like, you know when the car drives and like stops really harshly? Yeah, that's what he did. He got down and he was like, Shani, what did you do? And I was like, I'm so sorry, like, I don't know what to say. I started like tearing up and I was feeling really dizzy. I felt like I wanted to like faint because of the stress and the anxiety and everything that I had gone through those 2 days. Imagine, this was my first job. Like, first of all, I started on a really bad note. Like, I wasn't impressing them at all, and then now I throw up in my boss's car. I felt like the world should just swallow me. It was absolutely terrible. I still remember the way he looked at me that day. I swear if he could slap me, he would have. I started cleaning and I was like, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. I started cleaning. It's just like, it's okay, like, don't come to work tomorrow, like, let us, we're going to reach out to you. And I was like, oh, that's a bad sign. He just left me there in the middle of the street. But I couldn't be bothered about his reaction because I knew it was absolutely normal. So I started started crying, and I called my mom, I called my sisters, nobody was picking up. I felt really terrible, and he just drove off, and I was there in the middle of the street with my bag filled with vomit, my clothes filled with vomit, and people were looking at me. Can you deep how embarrassing that was? I didn't go to work the next day because who would? And then the day after, I had to boost myself up. Like, my family boosted me up, my best friends boosted me up, and I went back to work. And I said, you know what? If I got this job, it means I have what it takes to do well at this job. So I developed a very like positive spirit, and I was like, you know what? God, this is all in your hands. I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna forget everything that has happened so far and just make sure that I kill it. So we went on the field. I took a deep breath. I spoke to myself and I reminded myself why I'm here and what this job is just. I was just like, I'm a bold person. I'm a courageous person. I'm a confident person. I'm a beautiful person. There's nothing that anyone can do that I can't do. So I was like, singing all these things to myself, and that's what you should do when you're feeling down. So I went there. The first door I knocked, same reaction. They were absolutely terrible. I think the fourth door I knocked was this really nice man who had a conversation with me. He made a donation. I had a second donation that same day, and my boss was so proud of me because I had massive donations, and that was it, and I killed it. That's the story. That is the embarrassing story. But what I learned is, yeah, just believe in yourself. There's nothing that you can't do. You can do it. You can do anything you set your mind to do. Comment down below what you think of this story. Let me know, should I do more story times? Was I good at this? I feel like it's all over the place. Subscribe, leave a comment, share this video, give it a like. If we get to 100 likes, I'm gonna do another story time. Otherwise, peace out.